Hungama as a company, we have served digital audiences now for 12 years.
डैमेज में ऐसा है कि बहुत लोगों की जो कहानियां है ना वो किलर कौन है वहीं पे रुक जाती है.
Everyone is eager to find out कौन ये शख्स है जो बोलता कम है लेकिन आंखें ज्यादा बात करती हैं.
Over 300 million consumers in some form or the other across over 100 markets have experienced content from us.
Well, it's a huge privilege to have the team of Damage, that is Mr. Neeraj Roy, MD and CEO of Hungama, Amit Sial and Amruta, who have put in a fantastic performance in Damage, that is the first offering of Hungama Play. Pleasure having you guys on board Hungama, first of all.
Thank you.
Same here.
And sir, outstanding is the word to just describe Damage in the first word. And one thing that stood with me when I just observed at the press conference that Amruta Khanvilkar said a very fine thing, that when she was introducing about the entire show, so she was not merely talking about Damaged, she was talking about Hungama.
Yes.
That this is us and we'll be having more offerings. Does that give you a strength, sir, that you have, she's such a fine actress and saying such wonderful things in a personal
No, of course. I mean, we're delighted to be launching our original initiative with Damaged and with Amruta and Amit playing the lead actors in this wonderful series. You have to make one start somewhere, you know.
Absolutely.
So, as a company, yes, we have completed 4 original shows. The first of the offering will be this. We found that there is an opportunity because of the genre itself that's done. We looked at the kind of programming there is on television,
right,
and the sort of audiences that are on digital. For Hungama as a company, we have served digital audiences now for 12 years. Over 300 million consumers in some form or the other across over 100 markets have experienced content from us.
Right.
So we felt that, this particular story, which is about a female serial killer, wherein within the first episode itself, within the first 10 minutes, you know who the person is, right, is an interesting narrative and takes you through a 15-episode journey. So we're very, very happy and excited about this partnership.
Right, and Amruta, you've created Hungama since the morning today, and I must tell you that there's so many people who've been tweeting that we've been Googling who Amruta Khanvilkar is.
How
we
sweet.
never knew that she has such
All thanks to you,
amazing
Faridoon.
body of... I think it's the entire team that we've had, and the fabulous work that you've done in Damage. The promo is outstanding. So how do you react to this, that entire transformation that is there as far as you are concerned?
I think it's amazing. I think, as artists or as actors, you want to surprise yourself as well as the audiences.
Right.
And I got this opportunity right after Razi, because Razi, you've seen me as a demure Pakistani Muslim playing a very normal ghar ka role, you know. And here you see me in Damaged as the serial killer. And जैसा मैं अभी भी कह रही थी कि Damaged में ऐसा है कि बहुत लोगों की जो कहानियां है ना वो किलर कौन है वहीं पे रुक जाती है, लेकिन यहाँ से हमारी जो कहानी है वो शुरू होती है, that you know who the killer is. Now what we offer in Damage is the entire process and the entire journey that Amit Sial's character and my character go through, and it's very interesting to see how things unfold and how things come in front of the audiences. So I'm just glad that, you know, like I was saying in the interview as well, that I'm just glad that Hungama Play and Bollywood Hungama basically thought that this was one web series that they should have launched, come in, I think, लोगों की नज़रों में आना था उनको इस वेब सीरीज से. I think we are very, very lucky.
Absolutely, and Amit Sial has been trending since morning on Twitter, and everyone is eager to find out कौन ये शख्स है जो बोलता कम है लेकिन आंखें ज़्यादा बात करती हैं. And how do you react to this tremendous curiosity around your character? And
yeah, I'm very glad. I've been working as an actor for many years, at least 10-12 years in Bombay. And I've done a lot of job, and on a very serious note, this is the first time I'm getting so much importance here. I'm really happy.
And well deserved.
Well deserved, yes.
Absolutely, yes.
So every
Absolutely.
time I'm just telling Amit, come no picture, Amit smile no, Amit do this no.
I'm a little shy that.
So there's a very thin line between obscenity and sensuality. The best part about Damaged has been that the way sensuality has been showcased is beautiful. The emphasis is on storytelling, and sensuality is an integral part of the context of what the story is all about, what the serial killer, basically the way she just gets, just traps men in a way, and then what really happens. So how do you react to that, sir? Because it's the storytelling that's...
See, Faridoon, it's something that I've been talking as well. See, as producers, you have to sort of define, and you have to, in a sense, almost like a self-regulation of sorts that gets done. Now, the digital medium is filled with all forms of, you can access and you can watch any form of content. We as a studio, from Hungama's initiative of what we are doing under Hungama Originals, were very clear that story comes first. And we are not about treating sensuality and crossing the line into titillation or anything of this nature. To us, there are two elements that are beginning to happen, even in terms of language that you see. There is a grittier form of language which we are also seeing in our cinema right now.
Right, sir.
Which some may choose to say there is profanity, but let's get real. What you are really trying to do is you are trying to showcase as real scenarios in that. And our responsibility is to ensure that you do your best, but don't necessarily lean on that as a means to intrigue audiences. It is the story which is important. If it calls for profanity in a certain engagement, if it calls for certain aggression, it is done. If it calls for sensuality to be presented, the fact is the character is a seductress. She is, and there is a reason behind why she goes into this darker side of becoming a serial killer.
Absolutely.
So that had to be brought out, and I think the directors and, when you look at the way it has been expressed, we believe, we're very happy with the way it has been done, and it only lends and accentuates the story as opposed to be a standalone topic point of sorts.
Right, so there are 4 original series which are complete, and you have 2 drama series, 1 crime that has been launched, and there is a humor series as well. Did you at any point of time feel, sir, that maybe it's a bit of a risk starting with a subject like this, because it is in a way like an unexplored terrain as well?
See, as they say, no risk, no reward.
Absolutely.
So, as an entrepreneur, for me, I am accustomed to taking risks. You have to take risks in what you do. Yes, the entire space of the kind of genres that will happen, we will see more and more. We've chosen at this time, completed 2 drama, 1 crime, 1 humor. But there is so much more that can be done. There are docudramas. There is an entire element of exposing Indian audiences to the innovation of the imagination of the universe and the space, for example. So it is limitless. We are not bound. If you look at television networks today, you almost across the board have 6-7 different genres that exist.
Absolutely.
Everyone will have a dance reality show. Everyone will have, a Saas Bahu variation. Everyone will have some spirituality. Because those are, when you look at it, they are finite. There is 24 hours, and therefore there is 24 hours of programming that has to be done.
Right.
Whereas the digital medium, you can go deeper and you can go wider.
Right, sir.
If you just look at, remember, in digital platforms, 11 years back, there were these apps that came out.
जी.
उस time पे 12 categories होती थी apps की. Today, when you go in, there are 38 categories that exist. So, stories you can, and the beauty is for us, if I have 50 million consumers, another 50 million consumers through our partner networks, we could choose to tell a story which could potentially appeal to only 100,000 people. Yet it is a story, and it is reaching the right audience.
So true.
Absolutely. And Amit, आपका जो character है वो primarily बहुत ही देसी है, and you speak in like a proper Hindi, and it's very important also to just understand the fact that it's catering to as like a heartland of India as ever, because title हमारा damaged है, but at the same time it is something that caters to almost everyone, especially. So आप कुछ उसके बारे में आप बताना चाहेंगे जो ज़बान आपने इसमें यूज़ की है?
I think ज़बान पे हम लोगों ने इतना डिस्कशन नहीं किया, इतना तवज्जो नहीं दिया था. उसका रीज़न ये है कि हमारे हिंदुस्तान में एक तरीके से हिंदी बोली जाती है जी, तो वो ज़्यादा आसानी से एक लार्जर सेक्शन ऑफ ऑडियंस जो है वो समझ पाती है. तो हम लोग उसमें ज़्यादा डायलेक्ट में नहीं जाना चाहते थे, एक प्रॉपर हिंदी में ही रहना चाहते थे. और जो ज़्यादा का ज़्यादा एम्फोसिस था वो कैरेक्टर क्या है और वो क्या कर रहा है और वो इस कहानी में कैसे फिट होता है उस पर ज़्यादा ध्यान दिया बनिस्बत की लैंग्वेज कुछ चेंज करें या बम्बैया कर दें उसको या हिंटरलैंड कर दें। तो आई थिंक मैंने भी ट्राई कहीं मैं क्योंकि मैं यूपी से हूँ तो कहीं कहीं कुछ ना कुछ डायलेक्ट वैसा सा आ गया होगा
जी।
बट कोशिश यही रही है कि एक साधारण हिंदी जो सबको समझ में आती है वैसी बोली जाए।
No, but I think, as Sir said rightly in the press conference, that data, the way it is right now, mobile is accessed, I think, more so in the interiors of the country because that's the only form of entertainment.
true,
yeah.
So I think that's what you're catering to in a way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but equally, Faridoon, if you look at it, it's not, the core is obviously the basic conversation of the kind of characters they're speaking Hindi.
जी.
But there is equally English.
Absolutely.
And it is not that आज आप कोई पुलिस स्टेशन में चले जाओ कानपुर में या यहाँ whatever. सही बात है वो हिंदी बात but there may be some words of English which come around in a
100%.
certain
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
तो
It's a mix.
वो
It's a
natural
mix, yeah.
flavor has to come around.
It's a
मुझे
mix,
ऐसा
yeah.
लगता है जैसे सॉरी एक ना हिंदी शब्द है ना मराठी शब्द है ना मतलब इंग्लिश शब्द होके भी सॉरी इज समथिंग विच इज यूनिवर्सली एक्सेप्टेड।
Correct,
वैसे ही
correct.
डैमेज इवन इफ इट्स एन इंग्लिश टाइटल कहीं ना कहीं हर किसी को इसका जो मतलब है वो पता है एंड एट द एंड ऑफ द डे अगर मतलब पता है तो वो कहते हैं ना कि आपकी भावना हम तक पहुंच गई।
100%.
वैसी वाली चीज
In fact, Amruta Khanvilkar, I must share an interesting thing with you. A lot of people they have been saying since morning that each time we'll be having a cake now. Wondering that कहीं उसमें
मुझे काफी लोगों ने
serial
केक के
killer
बारे
तो
में
नहीं
केक के बारे में पूछा बट लवीना शी इज अ क्रिश्चियन एंड शी ओन्स दिस बेकरी एंड वो अब केक में खून है या नहीं ये तो आपको ऑब्वियसली वेब सीरीज देख के पता
हाँ,
लगेगा।
प्लीज ज़्यादा मत बताना यार।
मुझे बहुत आदत है ज्यादा बताने की।
So if you could briefly please tell us about the forthcoming web series as well, so that people can and where all can they possibly access? This
Sure.
web
So
series?
first, I'll talk about Damaged itself and
Ji,
where
ji.
it will be. So Damaged is going to be is already live on
Right.
the Hungama Play platform.
Ji, ji.
Now Hungama itself, when I look at Hungama, there is Hungama Music, and there is a Play as a network. There are over about 50 million consumers who access our service each month. So that is the first destination that's available. Over the last few years, as you have seen, whether it's a telecom company or it's a device company, they are all wanting to get into some form of content related relationships with their consumers.
Ji,
So Hungama has a very prominent movie channel which runs inside of Vodafone Play. So Hungama Play on Vodafone, it's live out there. We have that same thing happening with Idea. We have that also available on our partnership with Xiaomi. Now, Xiaomi is India's largest smartphone company. They are over 40 million smartphones in the market. They're adding 3 million each month. So we have integrated Hungama Play not only into the phone, but we were the first partners also to integrate Hungama Play into Xiaomi's smart TVs that have been introduced.
Right.
So when you buy into the TV, you get these services with it, as it were.
100%.
And we are also available on. These days, people are maybe streaming through their phone. They may be watching it, but if I am in a home and I have a Wi-Fi connect, then they are relaying that on the large screen, whether they do it through Android and Chromecast or they do it through Amazon Fire Stick. So in all of those places also Hungama Play is a platform for them to choose. So we feel in its initial phase, we will be reaching, almost 50 million out of our own and an extended another 50 million consumers. And the idea is to build a connect with these characters.
Absolutely.
That is how we want to mount it first. The first 3-4 weeks, the engagement will happen in that manner. After this show has been done, then we start releasing our next shows. So the 3 other shows that we have got are 2 drama series.
Right.
There is a show called Hankar, which is a different narrative. It's a story of 5 different individuals completely not connected with each other and how their lives come together. It is shot in the underbelly of Mumbai, between what happens with crime or what happens with real estate, etc. Then there's another show which is also a drama series which is called Barcode. That's a very urban show.
Right, sir.
Nightclubs, this entire. And we have done our first attempt at humor as well, which is a show called Boys with Toys. So you'll see each of these, but at the moment it's Damaged and that is what we have to put out there to our viewers.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Last couple of questions to Amit and Amruta. To Amit, first of all, now Damage, as you're noticing yourself since today morning itself, it's a star is born in a way, because you're a very fine actor. Everyone knows about that. But the sort of curiosity which is there in Amit Sial right now, it's tremendous. Do you feel it's like a huge boost for you as well, and it will positively affect your career both in films as well as the digital space?
I can't really comment on what will happen with my career, because I can't look into the future. But obviously, with the kind of comments that I'm reading since the morning, and the kind of response that I'm getting, it sort of definitely pushes me to do better and bigger roles. and I hope that it comes true. I would like to make a leap with this into other things. Yeah.
Right. And Amruta, even you experimented in terms of the entire, as you've been saying, the entire sensual appeal as far as this character is concerned. Do you feel that this has helped you in terms of just losing your inhibitions in a way, and maybe?
Of course it has, because I've never ever done this, and for me this entire space of this web series, this entire web space जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं है, and if it was not required for the character, I wouldn't have done that. It's as simple as that, Like you said, that there is a very thin line between sensuality and other things, So kahin na kahin, my director and everybody here, I think, has managed to achieve that sensuality, because if she's a seductress, she needs to look a certain way, she needs to behave in a certain way. That is how she's going to attract men, and then the killings kind of happen. So I think it was very well convinced and conveyed to me that this is extremely essential. Again, coming to this point where bold scenes hai ya phir killings hai, ye hai wo hai, I think there's always a first. It's my first web series. It's Hungama Plays first web series, and a lot of firsts have come hand in hand together, and I think we will be very good after this.
No, definitely. It's a blockbuster.
I want to add to that. So, I mean, for us, the opportunity, like I said, you start anywhere. The fact is that these are both extremely talented actors in their own right, and have a repertoire of what has been done.
Absolutely.
The point I think the digital medium hopefully ought to do is, see, the beauty about that medium is that whilst you are viewing it and you're engaged in the story, you also get a chance to participate in the form of commenting, liking, doing this, etc. And I think in that process, if this gives a certain sort of platform, even to you all, because ultimately you have your own fan following and base, you get a chance to sort of read into that, because ultimately आपका जो हुनर है वो आप जो भी कर रहे हो, you're taking it to audiences with the intention, whether it's a dark side, it's a bright side, it's a funny side, and you want responses to that, hoping that that will happen, and it gives you insights.
एक और चीज़ है कि अमृता जैसे एक्टर, मेरे जैसे एक्टर और हमारे जैसे और बहुत सारे एक्टर्स डिजिटल मीडियम की वजह से a lot of people, a lot of other platforms, a lot of other producers are waking up to
100%.
Yes, that's right.
100%.
So
I'm so curious about you now, right now. I want to see your work, honestly.
So,
and her Marathi films as well.
So yeah, I think more the merrier. It's just like that, I think jitna medium आपको बस.
No, definitely, it's been a blockbuster start, and congratulations.
Thank
and we
you
hope
so
that
much, Faridoon.
this tremendous momentum is maintained. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being so sweet always.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all we have from BollywoodHungama. Keep on watching.